Sure, I tried getting the crown yesterday and it wouldn't work, and now today it works. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, also known as Pajama Grandma. Welcome to day 623 of documenting my journey. I call it What's She Up To Now. It's just me documenting the journey as I transition from the brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world of business. Kind of the good, the bad, the ugly, the nonsense, the what works, the what's not working. And today I'm calling this one Discombobulated because I can't, for some reason I'm tripping over my tongue. I can't speak. Done my video content this morning. This is my last one that I do every morning. And I think in like every video I did this morning, I used the wrong word. I tripped over my phrases. Couldn't think of what I was going to say. I didn't know what my stories were. It's just like, wow. Maybe I didn't get enough sleep last night. Probably not. Probably not. Lots going on, lots of projects, lots of getting ready to travel, hanging out with my amazing granddaughter, things like that. Just a lot going on. My daughter's traveling this week too, or this next week, and so more things for me to take care of and help her out with the dogs and things. But nothing out of the really ordinary. So I don't know why I'm acting. Maybe, like I said, not enough sleep today. Do you ever get that way where you're just like kind of not all there? You're just, I don't know, if I'm not attentive, I haven't had enough coffee yet, or that could be it. Maybe my bun's too tight. I don't know. But sometimes we do need to just take a step back. We do need to take a little rest. We do need to say, breathe, just breathe, and cut ourselves some slack. So I might be a little spacey and discombobulated today, and if so, I'm just going to cut myself some slack. I don't know, there's the same amount of stuff that's usually going on, so I can't think of anything in my life that would cause me to be feeling that way. So maybe because the dogs ate my vitamins yesterday. Took my granddaughter for a walk to the park, and we came back and there were like all of my vitamins and things were spread throughout the kitchen floor. So maybe that's why I'm a little off and discombobulated. Want to go replace those and take care of all that. It's just little things like that, I guess, that come up. And sometimes we can handle them like a champ, and other times the littlest things will tip us over. I think I'm not the only one. I know each of us has different levels of resistance and tolerance. I guess we have different amounts of things that we can tolerate and that we'll put up with, and sometimes things just get to be too much and you're like, yeah, I'm just going to take a break. I'm going to go for a walk. This is not what I need to do. Maybe that's it too. The weather's been really strange and it's been messing with my usual schedule and the usual way I like to do things. So I will try to be less discombobulated today and get what I need to get done. Did the day 16 of the BP challenge. Today is about looking at a third source. We're discussing the research aspects of doing anything, doing any project, but especially achieving something that you want and overcoming challenges. And so one thing we do is we look at resources, and I want to encourage people to not just pick one resource and run with it. If you want to pick one guru and follow them and model them, great, but make sure that you've done your homework and looked into them, and make sure that it's a good match and that they're the right person for you. Don't just pick the first person that comes along. So part of the challenge is to look at 3 different sources, 3 different expert resources, 3 different resources, and then we're going to analyze and show you what to do with and handle those. And through the course of the 90 days, we usually do 5 key things, 5 key areas, and then the rest of the process fills in around that. But we'll do this same process for 5 different things. So you might want to have a source for each of those. You might want to have 3 to 5 sources for each of those segments, but you want to have at least one solid good source that you found for each of those things. So for example, if I'm looking into how does nutrition impact what it is that I want, for example, I want to lower my blood pressure in this particular challenge. That's my personal goal. If other people have different goals, and that's cool and important. So if I want to lower my blood pressure and nutrition is a part of it, I want to have more than just one resources and what they say about nutrition. The internet, it's so easy to do research and have resources nowadays. There's no excuse not to have a bunch of resources and look into things and make sure we're getting really good information and figuring out what's right for us before we move forward and make decisions. So working on that, working on trips and planning and being out of internet access for a while and what all needs to get done and in preparation for that. And then of course hanging out with my beautiful 40-year-old granddaughter, working with my coaching students, sometimes that's really easy, and other times it's very challenging depending on the person. I think I'm getting better and better at picking the right people for me to work with, but we still slip up and make mistakes with that a little. And sometimes, sometimes we are more challenging. Well, sometimes the people that we're working with are more challenging too. Because just like our lives go through ebbs and flows and valleys, so do the people that we work with and that we interact with every day, especially when it comes to coaching and consulting gigs or jobs and opportunities and things like that. So the more of my personal time that I'm spending with people one-on-one, the more that shows up. I think we know that, right? It's just like our relationships. They're not always hot or cold. They're always in a constant state of up and down, up and down, up and down. If we go with the flow of them, everything seems to go more smoothly. So when we're going against the flow, that we get challenges, that we have more difficulty. So that's it. I'm going to keep it short today. If I can help you in any way, if you have a question about anything, quality, systems, processes, procedures, technical, online, as you're transitioning from offline to online things, go ahead, hit me up in the comments below, and I will steer you in the right direction. I may or may not have the answer for you. I may or may not be the person that can help you with something, and if I'm not, I will hook you up with the person that can, because sometimes we just need to know one thing, one little thing. What do I do about this? Or who can I ask about this? What's my next step? Usually it's, what is the next thing I need to do? What is the thing I need to do right now? And if we ask ourselves that question, it's amazing how fast we can continue to make progress. The other one is this really what I need to do next? Is this where I need to be spending my attention, my energy, my resources? Or is it just helping me to procrastinate and not do the next thing that I really should and need to be doing? That's it. Go out and have an amazing day. I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.